What up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to another major market breakdown. This one's going to be a little quicker than some of the other ones because I'm moving a little fast this morning. But as you can see, that's the very first thing we're going to be looking at is gold. Usually just go to the dollar, but we're gonna get to that at the end. Gold gave us a good pullback into this zone that we were looking at. I think on, if not last week's episode, the week before that. You guys can go back and check my work. We wanted to get in, but gold just kept taking off and taking off and taking off, not giving us an opportunity to get in. So I think this will actually be a chance too. I know that Trump was supposed to be doing some sit downs, and some sit downs was canceled, so this might go back and test these highs here. Now I wouldn't put all my eggs into the basket just because the gold looks like it might not even be done selling off. Like, we still have this area of interest down here where price can definitely do a little sweep and get down there and take some more liquidity out before going to the upside. But my bias is bullish on gold. Now let's go take a look at the dollar real fast. Let me turn that off. So we got CPI came out on Thursday, Friday, and it was to the dollar's detriment. So we got a soft print. So while U.S. data is overall seemingly sort of good, this does give the Fed room to cut rates. So investors are going to take that into account and look for a downside on the dollar. When you have interest rates getting cut, you'll have the dollar going down, and we'll probably end up getting a rate cut, hopefully like right after the government opens back up, because we're still shut down. But the White House also did release a statement saying that more data was going to be delayed in the coming future, so investors are likely going to double down on the sentiment that was put off from last week. So we're gonna be looking for dollar. It might tap this high just to mess with liquidity a little bit, but I think we're probably just gonna get a push down as soon as the markets open. And what is that gonna look like on our pairs? I had already set up a trade on Friday, actually, and I've never really liked to trade on Friday, but we got a good clarity in the markets from the data print going forward, so we can resume our biases from like 2 months ago, a month ago, something like that. Had to kind of hold off because the dollar was showing so much strength, and now that it's not, and we're looking for downside, we can resume buys on Euro USD. We got into a little bit of profit, but it pulled back, so we're actually in like a wee bit of drawdown right now. So the entry's like really good for the open. I definitely like it for the open. If price decides to trickle down and come test out this area here, then I'll just look for more buys down here. But I don't think that is in the cards this week. And then let's go to AUD USD. Very similar move I'll be looking for. Now, just because my account is in a lot of trades, I'll be looking for price to push higher on AU and then come back and give me a retest entry, and then we can get in there. Bring this down just a little bit. I want to get notified when that liquidity is taken out. And if you guys aren't already using alerts on your trading view, like, do it, and have your trading view logged in on your phone, so you're just always tapped in with what's going on without having to be staring at the charts all day long. And then GU, GU is the reason why I believe that we may end up getting a little bit of upside on the dollar before downside, just because it just looks like it's going to sell a little bit. Now, technically, of course, the fundamentals are to the upside, but I think we may break this low again before actually going to the upside. And how low do we break it? Probably to match this low here. Moving around. And then, my keypad being a little weird. Yeah, break that low, get into this zone a little bit, and then we can take that higher. That's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking if price closes heavily below here on like an 4-hour time frame, then that would kind of, I'd be a little more cautious on it, but I don't think that's what's gonna be in the cards this week. I think we're gonna have a decent and clean week ahead of us. NASDAQ, I tried to sell it for a second, as you can see. It didn't go very well. I took like a like $30 loss or something like that. But Nasdaq's mad bullish, and also I had that trade before the CPI print came out, so it was really the CPI print coming out that kind of turned that around. So I won't be looking to do any selling on Nasdaq in the future. I'd actually like to get a buy if we can get a pullback to this area here, because we got. I mean, this is a pretty clean break here. You know, this is it's a close on the 4-hour and the daily. So it's clean, really clean. So I'd like to get a pullback into this area, and even if it only wants to just give us a little tap of this gap here, I'd still like it. I'd honestly still like it. I want to get in. I just want to wait for some pulling back. There were a few good earnings reports that came out good last week, so that is probably going to play into the bullishness as well. A lot of people are saying that it might sell off crazy because the AI bubble might pop or whatever, yada yada. I think this is just the beginning of the bubble, and we were looking for pullbacks like this to continue going higher for the year, and I thought we might get a bigger pullback, but with the intermediary lapses that we've gotten over the past like 6 to 8 months, I believe that we have the stamina in the market to continue bullishness throughout the rest of the year. And for seasonality sake, it's usually bullish on indices through the end of the year. So I'll be looking to get in this and take it to new highs. Now I will not be risking a whole lot. I'm just gonna put a small little entry in there because NASDAQ can have these crazy big swings, and you guys should also do the same. If this level breaks, get out. Get out, and then we'll figure it out from there. That's how I'm gonna be playing it. And then last but not least, Bitcoin. So I was very mad because like my algorithm can't read news. Like our trading bots don't read news. Now I'm working on figuring out how to get it better at reading the conditions that news presents. Like it does like stop trading during like super peak volatility when there's red folders and things like that to kind of protect accounts. But like how CPI just came out, I know that's bearish for the US dollar and bullish for just about anything that's pegged against it, but immediately my algorithm didn't read that, and it took a sell right here, irritatingly took a sell right here after it had kind of popped up a little bit. And if there wasn't any news going on and CPI wasn't involved, it probably would have went into profit. But conditions make things go. So right here I'll be waiting for Bitcoin to kind of do another little breakout of this little area here. All right, we break that swing high, this swing high here, then I like a pullback and further upside. That's what I want on Bitcoin and what I'll be looking to trade on Bitcoin. All right. If you guys want me to analyze a specific pair or asset in these videos, just drop it in the comments. It's no big to just add something else in there. We are doing a workshop on how to do long-term investing on TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok at TDB Finance. You should. It says my name is the dyslexic trader on there, but if you type in at TDB Finance, you'll get there probably faster. But that workshop, I don't know exactly when it's going to be held. We're trying to build up as much hype for it as possible, so as many people can be there and take advantage of it. It might be like a right before New Year's thing or right after the New Year thing, something like that. But if you guys are interested in that, just let me know in the comments. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.